Hi guys, I'm Brett, this is Ethan. Yeah, I've been in the building industry for about the last 25 years. During this time, I find it really hard trying to find the time to do quotes and install glass and run a business. With most tradies running a small business would understand what I have to go through. So I've come up with a system about a year ago where it's just basically a quoting system that you can do from your phone or any device, similar to an app sort of scenario, which just saves so much time. I can go onto a job now to do a quote, meet up with a customer, ask them to put in their details like their name, address, email address. I can measure up the job, type in how many metres it is, work out a quote for them on the spot. No typing or mucking around. You can do it there and then, so you don't have to worry about coming home and thinking about all the jobs that you've still got to quote, having to spend hours at night time, which is what I used to have to do. Freed up so much more time now. Just lucky that I was mates with a guy who's an IT whiz, his name's Mike, and he built the system with my ideas. After using it for the last 12 months and just seeing how much time and stress it saved me, I thought maybe we should look at putting this on the market for other people to use it. So me and Mike have gone into partnership. Quote Manager is the name of our new business. I think it could help people like myself. You don't have to be real IT illiterate, IT savvy, I might say. I'm just run-of-the-mill tradesman. I can use the system. I think you guys can too. It's very easy to use. What I'll do now, I'll pass you over to Mike, and he can run through exactly how the system works.
Yeah, thanks Brett. My name's Mike. I'm one of the head engineers that's been working with Brett to bring you Quote Manager. So it's my pleasure to give you a quick overview of just some of the things that you can do with Quote Manager. I'm on the ad page, and what I'm going to show you firstly is just how quickly you can add a quote into the system. One of the things that Brett said was that as a tradie on the road, he hasn't got time to do a lot of keystrokes and a lot of clicks, so he wanted something that he could input data quickly and simply without having to do a lot. Okay, so from this page I can add a quote. I'm going to use an existing person that's in my system just to show you how quick and simple this is. I'm going to quote on one of these and one of those. I'm going to add some freight, and I'm going to email this quote, and that quote is now done. Okay, very quickly and simply. Like when I was setting the quote as well, I could set where this quote had come from. So if I go to view statistics later on, which I'll show you through the course of this this overview, you can see how it actually lets us know what's working in our business, where our advertising methods are really kicking in for us. From this page I can look at just quotes alone, I can look at invoices and quotes, I can filter from any particular date field. So if I wanted to see what happened in my business for the last 30 days or the last 7 days or the last 2 days, I can set this up to give me those results. I can sort it via users. That means that different people that I've got in my business, if they're contributing to bringing work in, I can see what they're contributing, and of course I can search in here as well. Rather than fiddling, if I'm on the road and I want to see a map how to get to a location, I can just hit a button and it'll bring a map up automatically with that customer's number that I can ring from that screen. So rather than having to fiddle around trying to get maps and phone numbers, everything's really simple for me to grab. I can also see on here where that customer came from as well, whether it's a quote or an invoice, and if I update that to an invoice, I can have the system automatically send a deposit invoice or an invoice through to that client. I can see how much I've received from the client, I can see what the balance is on the job, I can see what the status is, whether I can set it to hold-ups or they've paid deposits, job's completed, just so that I can filter by that, and it gives me a really quick overview without having to do a lot of clicks to get good information that I need every day in business. I can order items from my suppliers and tie that back to this job. So that means I can keep a running total of what I'm spending on outgoings on this job, and then I can view those orders, and it'll send those orders straight through to my suppliers so they can then send them to location. Now when I do that as well, those suppliers can respond to that straight back into my system as well. Okay, it's tied into the system. So that means that I can have a look and see on a job if there's any alerts that supplier's wanted to give me, like I'm sorry, that part's on back order, or the items are ready to be picked up. That can be updated back into the system and gives me an alert to say that there's been a change or a notification for it. I can allocate staff against a job and against a day, so I can check and see if I have them on another job. Most importantly, by booking them into a job, I can look back historically at a job and see who worked on that job. So if there's ever any grief or any problems or whatever, I can look back, and also I can see the notes and things that are assigned to that job, because I can send notes to any of the guys through the system and they can respond back to those notes, again stored against the job and in the system. So it ties it all together nice and neatly. Any of the emails that are sent pertaining to a job are tied to the job. So if I've got a couple of guys working for me and they've got emails going out to the clients or any of the tradies about a job, if those emails go out through the system, I can go in and I can view everything that is pertained to that to the job. Okay, very simple to use, minimal keystrokes, a lot of power. If I wanted to call a client, I can just hit the call button. If I'm on a mobile, rather than again filling around trying to find phone numbers, I hit the call button, I've got them on the line. I can edit it, I can print it, I can email to them, of course. Again, it gets stored in the system. A lot of things we can do on this page. As I'm going down to the bottom here, I can see an overview on this page of my, like a snapshot as to where the business is at. For example, what the totals are for my quotes, my invoices, my GST liabilities, the GST on items ordered, how much I've ordered in total for whatever period I've nominated. If I wanted to export it to my MyOb or to my Xero, I can just hit a button and it'll shoot a file out. I can send that to my accountant. This system is not designed to be going head to head with an accounting package. It's a system that's designed to make life easy for the tradie. It's designed by tradies for tradies, and we hope it's going to put hours back in your day just like it did for Brett's. If I wanted to get a report on what's going on in my business, I click the button and it draws things up automatically so I can see, okay, how much have I done in quotes and invoices for whatever period I'd like. The revenue, what's come in, what's gone out, the most popular products and services that I'm selling out of the products and services that I supply. I can see the individual results, guys that are doing quotes and invoices for me in my business, I can see how they're performing. I can see the advertising methods, what's bringing me business, okay, what's bringing me quotes, what's bringing me invoices. And an interesting thing you'll note is that sometimes certain products or certain advertising methods do just convert from quotes to invoices better. The system helps you to identify that just at a quick glance. Very simple to use. Go back up to the top here. I've got my clients list. Oops, look, if I clicked on it, I've got my clients list here. Now if I wanted to, I could view all of the jobs that I've got for any specific client. So it just filters it down, makes it really easy to get around the system. I can edit those clients, I can view maps, I can import a client list from any of my other packages, accounting packages or my customer relationship tools that I might have in my business. If you do run those types of things, it makes life really quick and simple just by importing a list into your system. Again, we're all about trying to make the best result without having to sit there clicking and clicking and typing and typing. The suppliers, in here I've got a list of my different suppliers that I use. I can view the products and services, I can add a supplier so simply in here. And see the products and services that they've got within the system. I can build basically a shopping cart and send orders to my supplier from the system. Very simple to use, very easy to get around. users. These are my staff that I've got in the system. Now some will be tradies, some will be people in the office, some could be people that are out doing quotes for me, and I can allocate different levels of access in the system, because I'm sure that you probably don't want, as someone that you've got working on site for you, digging through your financials, as can happen with some quoting type tools. With this, you can lock areas down and just give people the access that they require to do the job. All of you tradies, for example, they can log in and they can see the notes on the job, they can see the times that they're meant to be there, they can respond, they can view a map, they can make phone calls back to the client if they need to ring a client and say, look, I'm running late. They can hit a button and it will dial them automatically. Again, draws them up Google Maps. Very simple and cuts out a lot of the time wasting things of fiddling and scrolling through your address books or back in your contact list. This keeps it all together, and as the business owner, you are in charge. You can see what's going on at any time, so you get to monitor the whole thing. You can set your settings up in here so easily. It's just a case of just typing in the box and hitting save. You can set your tax rates if GST does happen to change, your ABN, your location. You can easily update a logo into the system. All that you do is just select it, it'll put it up into the system, automatically sizes it for you. If you don't use the logo, no problem. We've got the invoices set out that look very, very smart, just with some lovely fonts and things that are in the system. Autoresponders are fantastic, because if you find that you're not following up all your customers as well as what perhaps you should, you can set automated follow-ups going out to your customers. As an example, if you've got quotes in the system, you could have an autoresponder going out, say day 3, that would say, for example, 3 days ago we gave you a quote, whilst you haven't accepted it yet, we wanted to thank you for the opportunity. If you'd like to see some testimonials, click here and go to our website and view some testimonials of satisfied customers and some of the jobs we've done. Otherwise, click the link below to accept our quote. Now, if they click that link and accept the quote, you can have the system automatically send them back a deposit invoice with all of your payment details. That happens automatically for you. Takes the monkey off your back on having to be able to, setting out details. What's your payment details? Well, now they're all on that autoresponder that goes through, or any of the paperwork that you send out from the system. Okay, you can have the system automatically send invoices when somebody changes from a quote to an invoice. You can edit your terms and conditions. You can make your payment, set your payment details up in here. Again, just as simple as putting it in, clicking save, and then it's in the system and it's going to be going out with all of your quotes. You can set up your advertising methods. You remember back when we added a quote or an invoice that we wanted to see where the business came from? Type it in the box, hit save, the rest all automates. The graphs will automate, the statistics will automate, and give you and your accountant the information that you require to move your business forward. When you're adding quotes into the system or doing anything on any page, you'll notice it's a big question mark up in the top right hand corner. If I'm adding a quote and I'm not sure what to do, click that and it gives me step-by-step instructions through the page telling me what to do next. Support's a really big thing. Something that Brett was really down on was that a lot of guys that are going to be using the system might not be that computer savvy, and we need to be able to look after them. So we're supporting them with step by step right through the system, and we've even got live support on the bottom of the site that if you're getting stuck on something, you can click on there, and our consultants are most likely online. They'll be able to help you straight away. Otherwise, leave a message, we'll come back to you really quickly. Your quote manager system can work from any internet enabled device, so whether you're using a tablet, a phone, a computer. If you've got internet, you're in business. And if you haven't, it doesn't matter, because as soon as you do get internet, you'll be able to log on and find out exactly what's going on in your business. Everything is totally encrypted and secured for your own protection, and we've also gone to great lengths in the design of the system to ensure that your data is kept private and secure. So rest assured that the Quote Manager system is set up for your business to take you to the next step. Look, I hope this has answered a lot of questions about Quote Manager for you. Please come back to us with any questions at all, and we look forward to seeing you on board.